Hey, what's happening? YouTube. Free Friday, C harmonica for the whole lesson. But we're going to be doing two different keys in the style of Pat Ramsey. I'll tell you more in a minute. All right, what's going to happen today? I'll tell you what's going to happen today. So this guy, Timothy Graves, sent me a very generous tip while I was sick. I'm still a little sick, but I'm getting better, way better. I want to be 100. I want to say I'm 100%, but they won't let me act like I'm 100%. Hey! Anyway, he sent me an email and he said, here's some money, I hope you get better. How about a lesson on Pat Ramsey in third position? How did Pat play third position? And here's the thing, Pat never played in third position. So that made me think, well, what if Pat played in third position? Because I took a lot of the stuff that I learned from Pat. I took a lot of that stuff and I applied it not only to second position where he did most of his work, but also to third. So I was going to talk just really openly about this subject. So I can't cover all of the stuff that I've talked about on Pat over the years in just one video. So you're going to have to go to the videos linked below and look up all of the different Pat Ramsey lessons and then apply that to what we're going to talk about today. So there's not going to be a lot of tab. There's just going to be kind of this draw, blow pattern that Pat used, pattern, no pun intended, just applied to third position. Okay, so before we do that, I'll just give you a quick little demo, but then we're going to go back to second, right? So here we go. All right. So what's happening there is just a lot of the same second position licks moved to third with a little bit of attention to the 1 draw, 4 draw, kind of there, right? Like where the root of D is, because I'm playing in D right now on a C harmonica. But let's go and play in G. So I'm going to stop this backing track. This is called Super Funky Blues Guitar Backing Track in D. So from the Jam Tracks channel. Now also from the Jam Tracks channel is this little number here, Funky Blues in G. So we're going to go and hit some Pat Ramsey licks. And I picked this stuff because Pat did a lot of this kind of funky stuff. Like it reminds me a little bit of Jamming in the Jungle. Wow. God, it feels good to just kind of unfiltered just play like Pat. Wow. It's been a long time since I've just kind of tried to sit and play just kind of like Pat without putting my own stuff in. Man, did that feel freeing. That was beautiful. All right. You know, not perfect. There are a lot of little mistakes I made in there, and I threw in some overblows and some stuff that Pat wouldn't have done, and you know, and I was playing a little busier than I normally would, just trying to get those kind of Pat licks in there. But here's the thing. Okay, so if you go back to the other videos, now I'm using a Jason Ricci signature microphone, again, a C harmonica, this time in the key of G, and I'm playing through a few Lone Wolf pedals here into this 410 harp gear back there. What's really happening here is this mixed up Lydian. So you can search my video, it's linked below. You don't have to search it, but it's linked below, called the mixed up Lydian. This is it's a Mixolydian mode that has some additional notes in it. I coined that term, mixed up Lydian. At least I never heard anyone else use it before me, and I coined it for describing Pat's playing. We'll go to the main Pat lick. So it's 3 draw, 2 draw, 4 blow, 3 blow, 4 draw, 3 draw, 5 blow, 4 blow, 5 draw, 4 draw, 6 blow, 5 blow. Put it all together. And then down. Now, I did put the tab there, but the thing about it is you're really going to just feel it. It's draw, draw, move up a hole, blow, blow. Draw, draw, move up a hole, blow, blow. Draw, draw on that same hole, move up a hole, blow, blow. Coming down, blow, blow, go draw, draw, blow, blow, draw, draw. Again, this is all covered just on its own. So if I'm breezing over it now, I'm only breezing over it because I've done several different videos. So some of the videos below that are going to really help you are all of the series on Pat, the stuff that's called movable licks, and anything about the Mixolydian or the mixed up Lydian. So there should be in the description box below 7 videos or so or more of just stuff that's going to basically cover this. The point of today's video is not to revisit all of that stuff, but to talk about how to apply this not only to third position, but to really any modal sort of approach to playing, right? Meaning another position. Okay, that's what I mean by it anyway. All right, so let's go back. So I'll play a little bit more in this G. Maybe I'll slow it down a little, like not so busy. Very, very fun. Really, really, really fun. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. Right there. That's my man. That is my man. There is no question. There is no question. You like what I play, that's where it came from. That's where a lot of it came from. It started with a little Walter background, some George Smith, some Junior Wells, a lot of Paul Butterfield influence, and then I get to Memphis in 1995 and I hear that guy. And everything that I had thought about music went out the window, or everything I had thought about harmonica went out the window. And because I loved music, I heard Pat. And all the people that said that, you know, there was too many notes and blues and stuff, I don't think they really heard him. because he meant every one of them, and they were dark and bluesy. He wasn't playing all this kind of, all that kind of stuff. Nothing wrong with it, but that's not what he was doing primarily. He's down bottom with the bend notes. Right, all down there, right, with all those. It's probably gonna be a long video today. All right. Anyway, that's what's going on. G, C harp, second position. Right, that's what it sounds like. That's the Pat we know and love. But what if Pat had played in third position? So I got to change it a little bit, right? I can't play all the same licks, but that blow, or draw, blow pattern mixed with some bend notes, that's that mixed up Lydian part, mixed with that. Now we're going to get the mixed up Dorian, right? I have to come up with a better name for it. So now we're in D. On a C harp, same harmonica. Right, so now I'm just gonna take that same Pat technology and that draw, blow thing, and I'm just gonna move it around in third. Sorry, we'll get back to him. All right. So I'm just using that same kind of middle register. Now here, 4 chord. When the band goes to the 4 in the key of D, I'm temporarily back to G, because we're in D, right? So D is 1. We'll call D1. D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, E, F, G. Holding in my hand a C harmonica. So on that particular chord, all of the regular cross harp Pat licks or cross harp anybody licks will work. So you can treat the 4 chord just like cross harp, or not. You don't have to observe it that way, but it's just one way to look at it to kind of expand. Additionally, when I go to the 5 chord, so there's that 3 double bend. Well, that's my root note of 5, right? That's an A, right? So say D, E, F, G, A. Okay. So when I get to that A chord or that 5 chord on bar 9, I can use all of the 4th position scale stuff, all that natural minor stuff, and I can just put it into Pat world. So I'm just looking for that 3 double bend, and it's octave. So that's what I'm going to do on 5. So on 1, I'm looking at 1 draw. See? Now, none of this is strict musical. Like, there's going to be parts of this that are not perfectly congruent. I'm just giving it to you the way Pat would have played it, as best as I can imagine, from having known him for a long time and talked to him a lot about music and how he thinks about music, not to mention listening to him live and on the records, on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of occasions. Okay, so just going to climb up, starting on 4 draw, 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 move up a hole, blow, blow, draw, draw, move up a hole, blow, blow, draw, draw. Again, not perfect. I could make it perfect. Pat wouldn't have, though. Something like that. So then back to the 4 chord. So the key notes are just the root notes, right? 4 draw and 8 draw. Same with on the 4 chord. The key notes are just the root notes. Same with on the 5 chord. The key notes are just the root notes. So I'm just going to approach each chord that way, and then I'm going to loosen up a little bit. Right? Wow. That's If Pat Played third. All right. So it's really just the same kind of stuff. I should be doing this more. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm saying I should be doing it more in my live show. All right. And then I'm just putting in little bend notes that are part of the blues scale. Or passing notes. Same thing on 4. Yeah, with a little third flavor. Back to 1. 5. 4. 1. So nice and simple. 1, 4, 5. Right, and just like that. So just know your 3 root notes in third position. 4 draw, 2 draw, 3 double bend, and then just apply the draw, draw, blow, blow, pat, mixed up Lydian. me put the little glisses in. Again, all this stuff covered in my other videos. That's just in the glissandos, just in any of my glissandos videos, 2-note glissandos. Very, very cool. Ah. Just for days and days and days. That's what Pat would have done in third, right? One more time for my man. One more time. The great Pat Ramsey. Oh, picture's a little crooked there, Pat. I'll get you straight. There it is. There it is, right? I got a lot of tributes around here to Pat. I don't know if you can see, but there's one right there. And then that one, Nicole Zubert sent me that one back there too. And then I got a harp that belonged to Pat and a CD where he called me his son. He dedicated a CD to him. If you're looking for what CDs to buy of Pat, we'll get them all. But the one that's my favorite is called It's About Time. It was really the first CD he ever put out on his own after Crosscut Saw, and it's just absolutely stellar. Carl Schenkel on bass, Julian Casper on guitar, Memphis horns in there, great drummers. I think John Scalisi's on drums too. And so a whole bunch of great musicians are on that CD. Sean Costello was on that when he was 15 years old. That's how I met Sean. It was right around the time he was up in town recording that, coming up from Atlanta to Memphis. I was living in Memphis in 95. I moved to Memphis just to be around Pat and just to kind of study this stuff. Anyway, I hope this helped. I know this was an informal video, but I hope it helped. I know I did a lot of playing and probably not enough demonstrating, but again, it's all covered in the other videos below. Check it out. For Timothy Graves, thank you for a wonderful idea for a video, even if you didn't mean it. This one goes out to you, and I appreciate you. Thanks so much, y'all. Stay tuned for the credits. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Jason Ricci's YouTube channel. 16 years of incredible YouTube harmonica-related content. That's right, 16 years. At this point, over 500 free instructional videos. If you're interested in what kind of harmonicas I play, microphones, amplifiers, pedals, any harmonica-related products, please check out my sponsors. These sponsors, in one way or another, also help keep these videos going. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Blue Moon Harmonicas, bringing you the best in custom harmonicas. We got custom cover plates, custom combs. You can get your name put on it, just like me. Reed work, refurbished pre-war Marine bands. Look at that, they put the little brace there, no more crushing the covers. The Lone Wolf Blues Company, very best in pedals, microphones, almost anything you need for your amplified harmonica need. The Lone Wolf Blues Company, right here out of Ponchatoula, Louisiana. We got you. Harp gear, amplifiers. They got big ones, they got small ones. You know what they sound like? They sound like the best tube amps on the market. Harp gear amplifiers out of Ocala, Florida. Pedal pad, pedal boards. Incredible custom pedal boards built to last, made by two brothers who really, really care. Hohner Harmonicas. A Mooncat loves the Hohner harmonica. I like the Marine Band. I get Tom to put the little special 20 cover plates on it. He tricks them out, but they play great right out of the box. All of these sponsors are linked below in the description box. What else is linked below? Patreon. Consider becoming a Patreon patron. You'll be supporting me. You'll be supporting the cause. You'll be keeping these videos free for everybody. And you'll get a lot of extra content over at Patreon. You'll get vlogs, occasionally some extra lessons, some posts that you might not see on Facebook. A lot of stuff that I can't say or won't say here on YouTube is over on Patreon. I love my Patreon family. You guys are the best. If you're not into the monthly subscription, you can also give me a one-time tip at Venmo or PayPal below too. I'm a touring musician and I play all over the country, really all over the world with all kinds of different acts. Check out my website, www.mooncat.org. In all seriousness, YouTube, Patreon, my sponsors have absolutely changed my life. Subscribe below, set reminders for the videos. Don't miss any events. Every single Friday there's a free harmonica lesson and a lot more. Even if you're just subscribing, you're helping me a lot. Those of you that are joining me on Patreon, you guys are helping me to make better decisions with my career. In all sincerity, thank you so much, YouTube, for just an incredible, incredible outlet. It's a video diary. I get to look back at 16 years of these videos. Met a lot of new friends, some really fine musicians, made some great contacts in the industry, and it's all because of you. Thank you, my harmonica family.